How's it going? So just a video that I wasn't planning on making. It was just like, I've been busy doing my thing, a lot going on, but I was like, hey, I'll just do a quick video. If you've been watching my channel, you've been seeing that I have been posting little clips from the Hawaii journey that happened in October to, actually we came back in November, and I hope you enjoyed those. It was an awesome trip. It was also a very different trip. I was planning to live stream a lot, and the internet connections weren't happening when I wanted to do it. And then I just kept getting the message not to do it, that what we were doing was pretty private. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's because I've done so many journeys and have videoed so many of them. But it was like this time, no, it was like it was our group, and it wasn't about people coming in and being a part of it. We had one of the deepest transformations on that trip that I think that, I mean, we have a lot of deep transformations, but this one was incredibly deep, pretty harsh. But that's because of the Big Island energy, the Pele energy, the volcano energy. It's always like that. It's not an easy energy to deal with. So we were going through our own thing. We were in a house together. The house was freaking haunted. This spirit was like slamming doors and very rambunctious and annoying, and actually to the point of one night, it was bugging me so bad. It kept me up all night, and it was horrible. Normally I can just say, leave me the hell alone and ignore it. But it was like in my bed and stuff, and it was very invasive, and it was horrible. So the next day I told everyone, we need to have a seance tonight and get rid of this spirit, because it was just unreal. And I want to do a talk about that particular thing on my YouTube with Homer. If you follow me enough, you should know who Homer is. And Homer actually got a photo of the spirit. So clear. You could see his whole face so clear that it was like, oh my gosh, we didn't even know he got that shot. We were only zooming in on the picture because one of the people in the group had this thing in his mouth. I was like, wait, I wanted to look at it and laugh. And then who is also on my trips a lot, helps me lead journeys in a lot of the places, said, I don't know, it just seems really weird in this area of the picture. And then I looked and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a face. And we looked at it. It was freaky because when we were having the seance, I totally felt a spirit looking through the window at one of the windows in the house. And the picture, the spirit is like right in the area where I felt that spirit looking. So that was freaky. It was really freaky. And we were in this house that was on these, well, it's all lava there, but like lava beds where it's like a new community right next to the ocean, very untouched sort of area, very quiet, huge windy roads to get up and down. So the windy roads were causing a huge shift for us as well. There was just a lot that went into it. We were getting really primal. You might have seen that video that I posted. I just posted some short videos. I hate the light in here. It's like that fluorescent stuff. So anyway, whatever. So that trip had a lot of aspects to it, but it had a lot of change. So when we came back, it hit us even harder. Like, I'm still coming off of it, and I've been back a month. And everybody came back, and it was just like hitting us really hard. And that just goes to show how deep that was. And we did a lot, but it seemed like almost, I wouldn't say difficult, but there was a lot of resistance going on. So that made it harder. And it was just a pretty intense trip. So now the reason why I'm coming to you is talking about change, because, it's inevitable that we change. And with the way that the world is going, with the way that the US is going in particular, there's so much things like those little nasty things that have been hiding under the surface that are just being exposed left and right. And even if you're not really involved in looking at those things, it's an energy shift, and it causes issues with everyone because it's a wave that goes through the whole country, and there's just a lot of upheaval. So change is inevitable, and when one thing changes, everything changes. So if you make one change in your life, even if it's a tiny change, every person, everything that's connected to you also has to make a change. So just think about that. The magnitude of that, when everybody has one little thing that they're changing, that is changing everyone connected, and how much change that can be, because we're changing all the time. Now, the thing I wanted to talk about is change happens, and we always, I don't like to use the word need, but we always need change. Because being humans, we always want something. There's always something we want. And in order to get something that you don't have, you got to change the way you do things. You have to do life different, or you're not going to get it. That's why a lot of people don't manifest the things that they want, because they're not doing things to change what it is. That's what they're doing, or how they're thinking, or what their energy is, or what they believe. If they trust, if they, whatever it is, have a resistance to it and have no idea. That's why I love the spiritual journeys, because we work through so much of that. But in my work, as you know, I help you gain the clarity and the confidence to have the courage and take the action that it takes to get what you want. And you really need all of that. You need the clarity, the confidence, and the courage to do that, because it means changing things in your life that, sometimes people just get into a lazy habit and just settle, and then they're not really fulfilled. And I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a settling kind of person. If you follow me long enough, you know that. But that also means that I change a lot. That also means I go through a lot of stuff in my life. And at this particular time, it's no different. So change will happen whether you make it happen, or it forces you to change. So some example of forcing would be getting sick, getting fired. Let's see, what else could happen? Hurricanes, fires, any disasters, killing, death. All of those things are a forced change. Those are things that you wouldn't particularly choose, but for some reason you're not changing enough, or there needs to be a big shift in order for you to get what you want, because it's not happening the way you're doing it. This is really important to know. So anyway, I wanted to share something with you to help you with the change, if that's something that you're interested in. That has to do with Hawaii, actually. But also I want to tell you what's going on with me. I have to move, and this was unexpected. And definitely, this is a forced change. Even though I'm always consciously changing and making big changes in my life, this is not something that I did want it, but I didn't want it because I do want it, but doing it the way it's happening is a big hassle, difficult, and I don't know if it's going to be successful. It's going to be successful in the way that I prefer it to be. So I'm going through a lot right now to do my best to make that happen. So my office is kind of messy, but at the same time, it's kind of empty. Well, it's messy right now because I was just making books, but these tables were empty. I've packed almost my whole office. I've packed about half of my room and half of my kitchen, and I don't have to be out until like the end of January, but I'm just like, I got to do what I got to do and what I can do right now. And at the same time, work on my goal as to what I'm going to do next. So I'm going through big change. And it's so weird because if you have been following me and you know, when I came back from California, I was going through a huge shift. Like that shift was so hugely shifting and transformative. Like it was really deep. And when I came back, it wasn't a week and the hurricane was coming. So I didn't get to integrate. I didn't get to figure out who I was at that point or what I was going to do. And I had the hurricane to deal with. And I evacuated, and that was the whole thing that I vlogged on my channel if you missed it. And then I came back, and then it took me a while to just get my roots back and get okay again, because that was pretty traumatic. And then shortly after that, I had to go to Hawaii to do this spiritual journey. And I came back and I'm okay, it's hitting me like a ton of bricks. Another huge change. I still never integrated the one before from California. And then I hear I have to move unexpectedly. And so it's just like, oh. So I keep getting the message, yeah, I need to make all these shifts, but it's not time for me to land. I keep wanting to land, but I don't get the chance to because then something else sideswipes me and it takes me on a whole different journey. And so it's kind of frustrating in a way, but at the same time, obviously you just have to roll with it, right? So I'm still not landing and I still don't know what's going to happen. And now I'm on to another big upheaval. So that's what's happening with me. I'm changing because I'm changing, but I'm also changing because I'm having a forced change. And even though it's a big hassle, I'm seeing a lot of blessings out of it, but it is a hard thing. And I just want to, I've really been enjoying these cards, the surrender cards. And I chose this one today, and it says, surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen. Then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Sabotage, I can't even talk, sabotage it. And this is the picture. And that's exactly what I've been doing. Actually, the card I drew yesterday is sort of similar, but exactly what I've been doing. Surrender to spirit. And it says, once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. So it's all about doing what you can do and then letting go and letting God, letting the divine, the universe, whoever you refer to as your higher power, to join in and help move you. So it's a dance. It is a dance and it's a balance, and I've been doing that dance. So now I want to tell you something that I have been offering the people who actually are in my Cindy's Insiders Club. If you don't know what that is, I do webinars twice a month live, and we meet together on Zoom so we can see each other and we talk, and I give updates and I channel messages, and it's really awesome. But I've been offering it to them and people that are closer to me in my community, the people that are my clients that are working with me, this opportunity to have an amazing shift and change. So on my journeys, I create these journey journals. So this is a 50-page journey journal for the Hawaii trip. And it is so amazing. Every day you have, I think, anywhere from, 4 to 8 worksheets. They're not hard, but they're so amazing. They tell you so much about yourself that you may not realize. And it takes you on this amazing journey and shift that helps you it's basically what we did in Hawaii. And I am offering these. This is the last time I'm going to talk about it because I want to move on with this. But I'm offering this journey journal, and you get audios every morning that go through every page with you, as if I was with you, as if you were on a journey with me in Hawaii. And then at night, we will meet on Zoom live on the webinar and see everybody. You don't have to put your face on there if you don't want to, but you should show up, but it will be recorded if you can't. And this is a 7-day thing. So it's like you're doing the journey, and I'll take you through meditations that we did to, so you can utilize the energies of the island like we did when we were there. So it's basically doing the journey from your own home. And it's going to be awesome. It's 7 days. It's only, $155 for the journal and the audio, and then the meetings at night. And it's only 7 days. It's going to be amazing. But I want to shift the camera around and just show you. So this is the journal. Like these are some that I have to send out. So they're super awesome. There's so many. It's not a hard thing. Like it's not like you have to sit there and write tons of things, but it does take you on a journey. It's exactly what you need, and it's thought-provoking, and it's amazing. And then these things are also part of it. This money, and on the back we have just things like support, blessings, abundance. So there's words on the back that go with the money. So this is something that you'll deal with every day. And then these cards are, let's see, where's mine? So every day you'll be doing these cards. So in the back you get a little pouch, and these were the ones that happened in Hawaii. So we make these cards for each other, and they're anonymous, and we write stuff. And so, you know, being part of the group, you'll do some of these things. So I give you a stack of money and a stack of cards, and these are samples of the cards, different ones that you might get that you would fill out. And like I said, here's the cards that people made for me. So they're really awesome because these are things that you can take and use when you get back. And then there's also these larger cards that you will do specific things with. I think there's 3 different ones that you use. So let me see. This is my journey book, actually. So let's see, where's some of mine? So, oh yeah, you'll also get, which I forgot to put on this table, oracle cards. You'll get a set of oracle cards, so you can choose your oracle cards for the day and put them in your book. And so that's another thing. Let's see. I have these ducks that I will be splitting out. I'm so glad I just looked at that because I would have sent these without them. So just different cards that I will include that you just keep in your book every day, which is totally awesome. But let's see. I'm trying to look for those cards. So here's one of the cards that you'll be using at one point to fill out. And then also in the start of the journey, you make a card and you read it later. So it's like there's different aspects to it, but it's so cool because you will have a check and balances throughout the process. You'll be able to write a message and look at it, you know, what you wrote a week later, and you would have forgotten what you wrote. And this is just a complete journey in itself. So if you're interested in this, I need to know right away because I'm making these by hand and it is a lot of work. Okay, like I put tabs, like these are super nice books. The paper's, you know, really nice. And, you know, I have to give you money and cards and oracle cards and mail it to you because we're going to be starting this process soon. I'm not sure when we're going to start the group thing, but it will be sometime within a month, okay? So I don't want to keep putting off. Some people have been waiting already a month. So it's $155 if you want to do the 7-day online class with me and get the book and all of these awesome things. This is an amazing way to experience a journey without having to go. Okay, so a lot of you say, oh, I want to go on a trip with you, Cindy. And if you can't go for whatever reason, this is an awesome opportunity. And you get to work with me live every day for 7 days. I mean, you'll be able to talk to me. You'll be able to ask me questions. We'll be discussing things. This is a huge opportunity. To get a 30-minute reading from me is $170 for 30 minutes. This is $155 for all this stuff and 7 days with me. So it's like a total steal. And I don't do this all the time. In fact, this is the first time I've offered this. Usually I keep our journals private for our group, and it's something that we do on our trips. So anyway, that's what I've got going here, what I've been working on today, and what's going on with Cindy's life lately. And so if you're interested, send me an email. In the description below the video here on YouTube, you will see my website, which is cindyeiler.com, and you can go to the contact tab and send me an email telling me you're interested. And I need to know right away because like I said, it takes time to make these, and then we're going to be starting sometime within this month. So I hope you guys are doing great. And how are you changing? What is going on in your life? Share it with me in the comments, and you know, stay up to date with each other. Let's see what's happening. Christmas is coming. I don't really do holidays. I'm like beyond that. I'm not into the commercialism stuff. And just, you know, getting ready to move and see where that's going to take me. And yeah, I have several journeys coming up next year. Bimini, which is amazing, in May. We're going to do Peru in August. I'll do Shasta in July, as well as my light activation healing course in July. I'll be in California for probably 3 weeks again. And then in October, we'll do Hawaii again. I might do Egypt. I don't know. It just depends on the interest. But those are the things that are on tap. We were supposed to go to India. We might still be going, but we might be putting it off for a year. So that's kind of up in the air right now. But definitely, if you're interested in that, let me know. Okay, so anyway, it's been a while since I made a video. Just wanted to check in, and I hope you guys are doing great. And I will see you all later. Peace out.